The South African public is being played. Again. While families struggle to put food on the table, Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana announced a VAT increase set to hit the poorest South Africans first, before Parliament ever voted on it. Now the Western Cape High Court is being asked to clean up this constitutional mess. But make no mistake, this isn't just a technical error. This is a full-blown violation of the Constitution. And if the court doesn't strike it down, we have to ask, is the judiciary still independent, or has it been captured? Before we continue, if you're loving the content and want to take things to the next level, why not consider joining the channel? As a member, you'll unlock some seriously awesome perks. We're talking exclusive badges, emojis to flex in the comments, sneak peeks of upcoming videos, and even special shoutouts during the show. Plus, you'll be directly supporting the channel so I can keep bringing you the best content possible. Just hit that join button below and take your seat among the legends. And hey, if you're not ready to join, no worries. Your likes, comments, and shares still mean the world to me. Thanks for being here, and know that you are appreciated. Now let's continue with the video. This week, the Democratic Alliance and the Economic Freedom Fighters, two parties who rarely agree on anything, took the ANC government to court. Why? Because the Finance Minister announced that VAT would go up by 0.5% in 2025 to 2026. But here's the problem. No formal vote had happened in Parliament. No official approval, no debate, no democratic process. Let's be crystal clear on what the law says. The Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Section 77, states a money bill, which includes tax, may only be introduced in the National Assembly and may only be enacted following a specific legislative procedure. Translation: no vote equals no tax increase. The Finance Minister can propose a VAT hike, but until Parliament votes it in, it's just talk, nothing more. So how did Godongwana respond? His advocate, Malape Sello, basically said, "Oh no, this isn't final, it's just subject to Parliament's approval later." But that's not what the public was told. That's not how it was presented in media briefings. That's not how it was framed in fiscal documents. This was rolled out like a done deal, with an implementation date set for May 1st. Sello also said the EFF's argument was based on statements from Action Say. Godongwana? He denied making those statements. But let's not get distracted by denial games. At the heart of this case is process, and the process was not followed. Here's the undeniable truth. There was no parliamentary vote on the fiscal framework containing the VAT increase. The minister announced it as if it was already approved. Zero-rated food items meant to protect the poor were removed without proper process. The Constitution was bypassed. The process was deceptive, and the poorest of the poor were thrown under the bus. This isn't just illegal, it's immoral, it's a betrayal of the constitutional order. So now the question becomes, what must the court do? According to the law, the court must declare the VAT increase invalid because it didn't follow the lawful process. Interdict the May 1st implementation date because Parliament hasn't approved it. Force Parliament to follow due process, public debate, votes, amendments. Protect the rights of the poor and middle class, who are the hardest hit. If the court does anything less, it will send a terrifying message that the executive can tax without Parliament, that democratic oversight doesn't matter, that the poor can be deceived over and over again. And here's where it gets political. Because if the court fails to strike this VAT hike down, we must ask, is the judiciary still acting independently? Or has it become just another tool of the ANC's power machinery? Let's not forget, we've seen ANC-aligned appointments in key institutions before. We've seen lawfare used to protect political elites. And we've seen how softly the judiciary sometimes steps when it comes to holding government accountable. So we must ask, if the judge lets this VAT hike go through, despite the clear constitutional violations, despite the lack of a parliamentary vote, is this judge an ANC plant? Because if the judiciary refuses to uphold the law, then we are no longer living under constitutional democracy. We're living under executive rule masked in legal language. South Africans, do not be fooled. This VAT increase wasn't just unconstitutional. It was a deliberate abuse of power. And if the courts don't stop it, then we the people must. Call your MPs, watch that judgment, and if the judge rules against the Constitution, demand to know why. We're watching, and we're not going anywhere. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.